3 essays, 750 words total. McCombs gives you the opportunity to capture the breadth of your candidacy, but you have to express it all quite economically. Let's leap in and discuss the Texas McCombs MBA application essays. Essay 1. At Texas McCombs, we do things a little differently. We embrace those who take the initiative and forge new paths. What ambitious goal or change do you aim to achieve with an MBA, and why is Texas McCombs your ideal launchpad? 250 words. While there's a brief preamble to the question itself, stating that Texas does things differently and embraces those who take initiative and forge new paths, this question is fundamentally a traditional personal statement. Don't be deceived by the wording of the question. You don't need to write about a radical goal. Even if you're staying in the same career lane, you can still be taking initiative and forging a new path. You're going to grow through your MBA, and you're going to gain greater expertise and authority. That's a new path. Still, don't be afraid to be ambitious with your goal. Ambitious but plausible. The AdCom won't accept you if they truly believe that you cannot achieve your goal. So, provide some context for your ambitious goals, lay out a clear plan for what you intend to achieve with your MBA, and then firmly establish with thoughtful details how Texas McCombs will facilitate those goals. Ideally, you'll identify skills you need to develop and then illustrate how the program's resources will meet your particular needs in bridging those gaps or bolstering your strengths. If you're uncertain how to write an MBA personal statement, I would encourage you to check out On Track by mbaMission, our comprehensive online admissions course, where I lead you through dozens of modules covering every aspect of the application process, including a full module on personal statements with focused lessons on the key components of this type of essay: context, short-term goals, long-term goals, and why our school. I then walk you through 6 different essay examples and discuss their strengths and weaknesses. In other modules, we also tackle resumes, short answers, recommendations, interviews, and more. We even create an MBA timeline with you. It is, in a word, vast, and I recommend that you check it out because, in another word, it's also pretty awesome. Okay, on to essay 2. Here you are, what's next? At this pivotal crossroads where you're deciding your future path, the Texas McCombs MBA experience will equip you with the tools and mindset to make what's next happen in your career. Please share unique qualities you possess that highlight your potential to shake up the status quo in your professional life. 250 words. Again, we start with a preamble, but the real question is about unique qualities that you possess. In 2 long paragraphs or 3 shorter paragraphs, you have an opportunity to reflect on 2 or 3 specific qualities that you possess, backing them up with anecdotal evidence. It is those anecdotes that will allow you to show that you will shake things up. The past should reveal the future. You might showcase a value through your actions. Maybe you pride yourself on honest communication and share a story about building trust in your workplace or community. Or you might reveal your trait through an activity itself. Maybe you have a creative hobby and can translate that into how you truly think differently and can apply a trait or even skill professionally. Whatever experience or quality you possess, you have to show evidence of that trait through your narrative. You need to prove your point by revealing past successes rather than simply telling the reader about all of the wonderful traits that you possess. Essay 3, the University of Texas at Austin's motto, "What starts here changes the world," embodies a spirit of impact and transformation. What fuels your drive to lead change and make your mark in the world? 250 words. In some ways, this prompt is a fusion of the first 2 questions. It's a question about the values and experiences that drive your goals for the future. In this respect, you should think carefully about these essays as a suite before committing to ideas for each particular essay. Make sure that you have something compelling to say in this space that you haven't already shared with the AdCom. Here, you can discuss traits that fuel you or even external events. Maybe you care deeply about the environment, Middle East peace, or safe uses of AI. A cautionary note, though, if you're writing about an external event, you need to have a strong personal connection to it. If you're claiming that you want to make your mark on the world by saving our environment, you have to have volunteered or studied or worked in this arena. Remember the point I made earlier about plausibility. You need to establish your skill or expertise and show how you've been motivated by it, and then reveal where you think you can be truly impactful going forward. Again, we need a narrative that makes sense for you. Show me that you own your goal. that it isn't just a dream, but something that you quite sincerely intend to achieve. Before we get into the video assessment at Combs, we should note that there is a 250-word optional statement available to you. If you have a problem that needs to be discussed, weak grades, a tough GRE score, time off for health reasons, whatever it might be, this is the place to address it briefly, while hopefully sharing a story that reveals how you own the issue and have mitigated it. Remember, you don't need to use all 250 words that you're given. For more guidance on this topic, check out a sample lesson from On Track in which we discuss the keys to an effective optional essay. Okay, on to the video question. All applicants will be required to complete the video assessment shortly after submitting their application and paying the fee. Applicants have 7 days to complete the assessment upon receiving access to the video submission platform. There'll be 4 question prompts and applicants will have 90 seconds to answer each prompt. Okay, we know that video assessments can be a bit daunting because of how mysterious they are. One thing you should know is that the AdCom is not judging you on the basis of your performance per se. They'll accept a little bit of nervousness, a small stumble, or a lack of polish. The point of this exercise is to get to know you in a more dynamic and spontaneous way. If they wanted incredible polish, they'd give you the questions in advance and allow you as many takes as you'd like before you submit, but they don't. Despite not having the specific questions supplied for you ahead of time, you can still prepare for these videos in advance. We strongly suggest that you revisit whatever brainstorming you've done and create an inventory of experiences. Know your strongest professional, personal, community, leadership, and personal stories. You should even refresh your memory of your challenges, struggles, obstacles, and reflect on your core values and motivations. Ideally, with as many stories as possible top of mind, you'll be able to spin your stories as the questions appear. You might use a story about coaching a soccer team, for example, as a story of connecting with others and motivating others, or of keeping team morale up amid a challenging time, or dealing with a difficult parent on the team and thus a challenging dynamic. Just this one hypothetical story gives you responses to a number of different potential questions. If you consider all of your life experiences in this way, you should have a variety of options when you encounter the question asked, which should be largely behavioral in nature, meaning that they will be questions about your experiences. Okay, next up, check out an episode of our podcast where mbaMission senior consultant Harold Szymanski chats with me about MBA application fatal flaws.